Hello everyone. Let's start list in Python. So today our topic is list in Python. Now what we are going to cover uh, with list. Okay, at the end when we complete the list chapter, then what are our learning outcomes after completing this chapter? You can explain the necessity and the importance of list in a programming language. You can create a list of different and mixed types. You are able to write program to access the element of list using the positive index operator and the negative index operator. And you can, as you already slice the string, you are able to slicing with different features and program. Fine. So and here you will use various operators such as plus and your repetition operator. Okay, so create and you can create a new list from existing list also, and learn to pass a list to a function and write program to return list from a function. So these all are our learning outcomes. Now let's start with the chapter. So the first question comes in our mind, that what is list? List is a collection of elements which is ordered and changeable. As I told you, that list is a mutable data type. That means if you want to change the element of list, you can easily change them. Fine. So list is a collection of elements which is ordered and mutable. Yeah. The second question, can we duplicate the values of list? Yes, you can. The list allows duplicate values. Now, how you will declare a list? You can declare a list. You can enclose the elements in square bracket, and all the item or elements can be separated by the comma. Now all item belonging to list can be of different data type. If in a one list you want integer, string and other kind of data types, you can easily do that. Now values stored in a list can be accessed using the slide operator. Fine. Slice operator we already done, so you all know about the slice operator. But how you can access element of list? By the index. By the index starting at 0 in the beginning of the list. Okay. Now let's see some difference about the list and the string. First, most important thing is that list is your mutable and string is your immutable. Fine. If you want to change the element of list, you can easily change them, but in case of the string, you can't do that. Now, element can be assigned at a specified index. Fine. In list, it is very important that each and every element are assigned with an index, but in a string it cannot be. Means string can be assigned as well as not, so that is not much important in case of a string. Now let's see the example how you will declare the list. If you see here, list is equals to, now when you are declaring any list, is just a name of the list. Fine. Square bracket denotes that you are using list, and each and every element is separated by the comma. And string we already done. So string, the denotation of string is within the single quote or double quote. Now if you want to access the element of list, so how you will access? L2 is equals to 3, that is valid, and string 2 are equals to P. Let's see how this result will come. Okay, now I will open the ideally for this. Fine, it will take a minute. Yeah, let's declare, first of all declare one string. Now we will give the name. Similar example we will do L equals to, and we will define some elements 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Fine. Now we will access the element of the list, that is now 4. Okay, so here you find no error. Now let's do with the string. We just define one string str, and in str we write down Python. Okay, now we just close the bracket and we will write str2 is equals to j. Fine, and we will do it in a string format only, like this. Okay, now you will see that it will throw an error because string is immutable. That's why it's giving you an error, but list will not giving you an error. And if you want to print the list, and you will see the element, the value of this is changed. Now you will see at the position the index of, instead of 3 we get 4, because here we are saying the index which in the element index is 2, that element value become 4. So 0 1 2, so the value of 3, the value at index 2 is 3, so 3 changes to the 4. That's why we are saying list is mutable data type. Now let's see how to create a list. So to create a list, the element, as I told you, should enclose within a square bracket, and they are separated by the element of commas. Can we create a list of different type of data element, data type? Yeah, it's possible. Let's create a list of different type of data item. Now, okay, we will create our list here only. We will say L is equals to, now square bracket, first we will integer, then float, then we will say string. Okay, Python. So if you see, they all are the all elements are of different data type. Is it possible? Yeah. Now you can print the value of L. Fine. Now, so list can be the element of a list can be of different type. Fine. And how you create a list with different data type. If you want to create a list, empty list, then how you will create? L is equals to, don't write any value inside the list, so that is your empty list. If you print this list, what will happen? Just write down L. Now it just shows it's an empty list. Fine. Now creating a list using list constructor. Now what is constructor? The question comes that what is constructor? So constructor is just a block of code which is similar to a method. Fine. So it is possible to use list constructor to make a list. Here you will see example, my list is equals to list. Now note down, this is the name of list and we are creating the constructor. Okay, so here when you print my list, what will happen? The element will come. Now let's see this example. What will happen when we use the create a list using a constructor list? My list is equals to, fine, list, write down here, and now write down any element 1 2 3 4. Fine. Now you will see here that when we didn't mention double column, it throws an error. So whenever you create a list, it is important that you should use double brackets. Okay, list, and you will see here we are not using the square brackets here. Now double bracket 1 2 3 and 4, these all elements we will include. Now print my list. Okay, so it will gives you an element in the format of list. So whenever you are using creating a list using a constructor, don't forget to put double bracket. Okay, because this is we are doing for a constructor. Now how you will create nested list? Means nested list means list inside a list. Fine, here you will see in the example that there are three lists. One is the outer list and two lists are mentioned inside this. So this is a way how you will create a list. Now let's see the example how you can create a nested list. So first we will just write down list. We will create a list with any name. Now here just write include a square bracket and 1 2. Okay, now you can use any character also. Now I want a float a number or any value you want, you can use. If you want a list inside a list, then again 2 4 and 1. Fine, close the list. Now one more list if you want, 4 5 and 6. Now fine, now close the whole list. Okay, now print your list and let's look the output how it will come. So this is a list inside a list. Fine, so this is a way how you will create a nested list. Now creating a list by taking input from the user. Fine, you want that the user will input a data. Now let's see, you will just write down here. So this is a way how you can create a enter the element, or you can ask an element for the user. Now to overcome this problem, as we show that we are getting a an error here, what we will do, we will just use an eval method. Okay, now which identify data type and evaluate them automatically. If you see here, L1 eval input, enter the elements. Enter the elements, you just write down the element. So it says that it is an integer, not a list. Fine. Now today we will finish up here, and in the next class we will see some practically how to create a list, how to ask for a user input, and all these things. So till time, have a good day, and we will move tomorrow.